What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Some new cards were just revealed, and we're taking a look at them on pokebeach.com. These are cards coming out in Venusaur and Blastoise starter decks in Japan on December 4th, and they're featuring the new Gigantamax VMAX Venusaur and the Gigantamax VMAX Blastoise. The starter deck boxes look amazing, and the cards look really cool too. A couple reprints, a new Lysandre card, and a new Fiona and Celebi that look really awesome as well. So we're going to take a look at these together today. These will probably be featured in some future like full set that we get. A lot of times Japan will get these starter decks or theme decks and that have exclusive cards in them, but the rest of the world will actually just get them in a regular set. So I wouldn't be surprised if these are in like our spring set next year. So yeah, like I said, these are coming out December 4th. Also want a quick shout out to posttownstore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes, and make sure you use code CELIO for 5% off. When new products like this come out, posttownstore.com always has them in stock. You can get anything PTCGO you need over there, and it's instantly emailed to you, and you can support me by using my code CELIO and also save 5% of your order. So let's start looking at these new cards revealed and translated on pokebeach.com. Oh, very cool, Matt. Again, something that, you know, I can't guarantee that we'll get outside of Japan. Very cool looking Matt. So Venusaur V, there's also Venusaur V and Blastoise V coming out with the V Maxes, but the Vs aren't anything really special. Let's take a look at the Venusaur V Max. Really awesome looking card. Although I don't really love the mechanic of having Pokemon that are worth 3 prize cards when you knock them out, I can't deny that the cards look beautiful. So Venusaur VMAX has 330 HP. It's grass type, of course, and its first attack for colorless does 30 damage times. Sorry, I think there was a little lag in my recording, but we should be okay now. So Forest Storm, 30 times damage. This attack does 30 damage times the number of grass energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So this is potentially very strong. It kind of reminds me of Centiskorch VMAX, which we currently are playing with right now in standard, because it can do a moderate amount of damage for just 2 energy, and then later on build up to even stronger attacks, as opposed to some Pokemon that need 3 or 4 energy to attack but can't do anything for just a couple of energy. So I really like this, and because of that, I think it should have some potential. And then the second attack, Max Bloom, 210 damage, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. A decent attack, but Forest Storm, you're probably going to want to build your deck to flood energy onto the board with something like Rillaboom. The stage 2 with turbo patches, maybe the amazing rare Pokemon coming out in Vivid Voltage. So, but this isn't coming out for a while. Plenty of time to brew decks for the card. Next we have Celebi. Now Celebi is also a very cool card, and I definitely think this has the potential to see play. So the ability Forest Exploration, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Choose 1 energy you find there, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So kind of like Stellar Wish, but you're looking for energy. The important thing to note here, and I've seen 3 different people translate this so far, and they've all translated it the same way. It's choose 1 energy card, not basic energy. So this can get you a special energy like Triple Acceleration or Aurora Energy, Horror Energy, Stone Energy, whatever it is that you want off the top 6 cards of your deck. This can find it. It has 1 retreat cost, so it works fine with U-turn board and with Air Balloon. So Celebi, really nice, cool consistency card. I wish we just, you know, always had things like this in the game. Although, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of 3 prize Pokemon and this massive damage output and massive HP. I do like the designs like this that we have been getting. So Celebi, very cool card, probably going to be playable. Next we have Blastoise V and Blastoise V Max. Blastoise V, notably, it does do 200 for 3 water energy. Venusaur does 190 for for 2 grass and a colorless. So decent V Pokemon. 200 for 3 waters, pretty decent. And then Blastoise V Max, 330 HP. Blastoise is one of my favorite Pokemon. He's my favorite starter of all time. So very, very cool to see this. And I'm going to have to get one for my collection when it comes out. But yeah, Gigantamax Blastoise being featured on a card as the VMAX, 330 HP, water type, of course, and it has 2 attacks. The first one being Grand Fall for 3 water energy, does 120 damage. Search your deck for up to 3 water energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. This is pretty good. So this is kind of like Full Blitz. And if we want to think about it in the way of Pika Rum's Full Blitz usually will be used on turn 2 for 3 energy. This, you can use it on turn 2 if you just accelerate at least 1 energy with Frostmoth, so you can use this on turn 2. You're swinging for a little less damage than Full Blitz, but you have 330 HP and you're living through a lot of stuff. And then the water energy can go anywhere you want, whereas Full Blitz had that restriction of only going to a single Pokemon. So I think if we're looking at this historically, if Full Blitz was good, then this should probably be good as well. Of course, Full Blitz had Tag Bolt on the same card, which is a whole other story. But Grand Fall, I think it's a very solid attack. And as long as lightning isn't super prevalent, then I could see this card seeing play. And then Gmax Bombard. We haven't even gotten to the Gmax move yet. 220 damage. This attack does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So that's really nice. You could do 220 to something and 30 to 2 other things, and maybe that sets them up for knockouts later on. With either the 120 damage, maybe like 32 of the Dene, then Zigzagoon ping them 120 to knock it out. Or you did 120 earlier to a Dene, and now you do 30 with Gmax Bombard plus a Zigzagoon, knock it out. So really strong attack, 4 energy, 220, 30, 30. So a total of 280 damage. Of course, Eternatus does 270 to the active for 2 energy, but with 330 HP, you're 2-shotting other VMAXs anyway, with all VMAXs having around this much HP. So I like that you can allocate that damage to 2 other benched Pokemon that might need the extra damage on them more than the active. I will note that Gmax Bombard, I definitely think, is a super strong attack, and like your goal is going to be to use that. Whereas with Venusaur VMAX, I'm not sure if you're going to want to use Max Bloom, or if you're going to want to set up multiple Venusaur VMAXs, try to keep like healing them or something, and use Forest Storm in the end game for like 300 damage. So yeah, I feel like Forest Storm might be the more impressive attack on Venusaur VMAX, whereas on Blastoise VMAX, I feel like Gmax Bombard is definitely the like desired attack, but Grand Fall is going to be what you want to do on turn 2 to power up your board. And then going down to Manaphy, I really like Manaphy. It's kind of like the Celebi, that's kind of like Jirachi Stellar Wish. So Manaphy ability Ocean Search once during your turn. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, choose one Pokemon you find there, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. You could look at the top 6 and get a Pokemon. That's like a free Great Ball every turn. I really like this. It's a consistency card. I like these kinds of mechanics and these abilities that are on single price Pokemon. You have to do something to make sure they work. So you have to get into the active and get it out of the active. And they can be splashed into any deck, so people can choose to build their decks with more consistency. And like Celebi in a deck where you need to find your special energy, Celebi can be really good. In the same way with Manaphy, maybe your deck doesn't have great Pokemon search, like you're playing a lot of basic Pokemon, so you just have Quick Ball. And you don't want to play Pokemon Communication. Maybe like Item Lock is prevalent in the format again, so you don't want to play 4 Pokemon Communication, 4 Great Ball, so you decide to play 4 Manaphy instead because they can still search out your Pokemon. Just for instance here, because like I like to have all these different options for deck building instead of, okay, everybody has to play 4 quick ball, 4 Pokecom, and that's how we're going to do it. Manaphy gives you a little bit more of an option, the same way Celebi gives you a little bit more of an option how you want to build your deck. In the same way, in the past, Jirachi has given you an option. Do you want to play the Jirachi engine, or the Dedenne engine, or the Greens engine, or a mix of Dedenne and Jirachi? I don't suggest mixing greens with those, but I like having more engines to work with. And then lastly, oh, not lastly, we also have some other Pokemon down here, but I don't think they're very good. We have a new art for Boss's Orders. It's Lysandre. Lysandre is back, doing what Lysandre did. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon, but it is a Boss's Orders, but this time Lysandre. Very, very awesome looking art for Lysandre. And there's also a VMAX triple. Yeah, VMAX triple. Again, the mat, the box, everything looks amazing. It comes with the Venusaur, the Charizard, and the Blastoise. Of course, Charizard already got the Gigantamax, you know, a million times printed. And it has a Genesect, a Heatran, Suicune. Oh, these are all reprints. All these Pokemon have already been printed. The Suicune is used a little bit in Inteleon, and I think that's it. This does 250 if your opponent has 5 or fewer. As long as your opponent has 6 or more cards, it does 250. Okay, so maybe there will be like a meme deck with that or something. But that is all for the cards revealed today. Overall, I think Blastoise is definitely going to see some play. I think Venusaur at the very least has potential. Celebi and Manaphy, I imagine we'll see play, and Lysandre is just a reprint of Boss's Orders, so of course this will be popping up here and there. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're excited about these new cards. I mean, if I had to pick one, I'm most excited for Blastoise VMAX, because Blastoise is my boy. But let me know which card from here you like the best and why. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed for daily Pokemon TCG content. Check out PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes, and use code Celio for 5% off. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.